up in the spot. Dudes mugging, hating bad, could it be my style? Or just my pretty boy swag? I can tell by my gear, I do nothing but pop tags. You need a receipt, cause your girl just got back.
The next topic we're going to discuss on Boxing Bros is Otto Wallin questions Dillian White's withdrawal from the fight. His promotional company saying they want to see paperwork. They want to see that paperwork. So, Conspiracy G, can you please cue up the clip?
Yes, sure. All right.
And have you heard anything more from either his team or Matchroom since?
Not me personally, but my lawyer and my promoter are in touch with them, of course. And we haven't heard anything at all about the injury. The only thing we heard, they sent us a message saying, hey, the doctor examined him. He's injured. He can't fight. But we don't know anything about the injury, what it is. We haven't heard from the doctor. So, yeah.
And does the contract allow you any sort of recourse for this? Do you get, any sort of training expenses? Is there any guarantee that they'll give you a fight? Maybe not against Whyte, but a fight against anyone else? Is there anything there?
No, there is. I mean, it's totally up to them. Like they have the right to withdraw from the fight if he's injured, but they got to prove the injury. If they can't do that, then the fight should be rescheduled, and that's what we're working on. And I think either way, the fight should be rescheduled. I've been training for this fight, and it's a huge opportunity for me. It's a good fight for him also, and the winner gets to fight Tyson Fury. So, I feel like they should do the right thing here, but they seem very unwilling to accommodate us with anything right now.
He said the winner gets to fight Tyson Fury. No, Dillian gets to fight Tyson Fury.
I know. And that's why you ain't fighting.
$2 Bill, what's your reaction to all this?
I mean, listen, man, you can cross your arms and stomp your feet all you want, Sometimes you don't get what you want. I thought this was smart by Dillian White. This is not a duck. This is just smart. You know what I'm saying? This is, if you have the mandatory to fight for this belt that you've been waiting for such a long time, and Dillian White hasn't had the best luck with this sanctioning body. It seemed like he's been waiting for this belt for the longest of time. We end up coming up, according to the phrase, poor Dillian, with all the adversities that this young man had to go through. I personally asked for him to sit his behind down and wait for his shot. He deserves that. He deserves to sit down and chill. I'm not counting the man. I don't know what he got going on. But I just advise, because I seen what happened with the Povetkin situation. I didn't want that to happen again. If he wanted to go in there and get in there with a lighter touch, then that's fine. But he shouldn't be having to go in there and fight tough guy, especially when he earned the right to chill. That's how I feel. He just earned the right to chill and get his opportunity to fight for that belt. That's how I feel. I get Wallin, you're disappointed, but you can fight somebody else.
All right, Conspiracy G.
Just keep winning.
I know for today I was Bill collected G because of Ned's push-ups that he owed. But I gotta be Conspiracy G on this one. I agree 1,000% with Otto Wallin on this one because I don't believe Dillian White has an injury. And the reason why I know for a fact he doesn't have an injury, they actually did offer Otto Wallin a fight. Eddie Hearn was like, yo, we don't, we could give you what's that dude's name? Babbage. You know what I mean? Like, we'll give you that fight for that day, as opposed to rescheduling Otto Wallin versus Dillian White. That tells me they don't want the fight no more. Dillian wants the Fury fight. You know what I mean? So
you're watching Boxing Bros.
Yeah, and I'm not mad at Dillian for that. But however, I'll try to be fair. If you already made an agreement with Otto Wallin, honor it. But if a bigger opportunity comes in, you gotta give him something. So like, give him a payday, give him something, you know, just give something to Otto Wallin, like, yo, fam, you know, I promise if I beat Tyson Fury, I'll fight you next or something. You know what I mean? Like, you can make some type of side agreement where Otto Wallin could be like, all right, you know what? You know, go get that belt and then I'll come see you afterwards or something, you know. But the fact that you're faking an injury and then y'all not even trying to reschedule, you're trying to give him another fight on that same day, that tells me right there, yo, who's negotiating this Dillian White Fury thing? You know, like, Eddie, we see what you're doing, and that ain't right. But nonetheless, I can't blame you though. Like, that makes sense, you know. I don't think any of us on, you know, this panel will disagree with that move. It's just, you know, like, it's not cool, I guess, to keep Otto Wallin along for the ride, knowing that he trained, you know, had a whole training camp for Dillian White just to be like, oh, yo, last minute, yeah, yo, dead that fight, man. But yo, we'll give you this dude, Savage Babbage, you know, that just got engaged, you know. You want to fight that guy? And it's just like, yo, who is this dude? You know what I mean? Like, at least Dillian got a name. Babbage, salute to you, but you don't have a name, right? And
Babbage got a little cult-like following, bro.
maybe a little cult-like following, but
he does. It. Babbage, he got a little following.
Yeah, so salute to you. God bless. But Otto Wallin was like, hey, man, I'm trying to get to Tyson Fury. And for me to get to Tyson Fury, I got to get through Dillian White. That was the opportunity, right? Now, Dillian's like, yeah, why am I doing this to myself again? I'm going straight to Tyson Fury, which rightfully so he should have. But it's just not cool for Otto Wallin, man. And that's why boxing business kind of sucks at times. So I just think Dillian White and Eddie Hearn should throw Otto Wallin some type of, you know, bone for his troubles.
Oh, nice. That's nice of you, G. All right, Ned the TVE.
Man, after Dillian White when Dillian White got knocked out by Povetkin, we said, Dillian, you should never taken this fight. When Dillian knocked out Povetkin, we said, Dillian, sit your behind down and just wait for your chance. And then all of a sudden, Otto Wallin's fighting Dillian White. This fight should have never happened. So, Otto Wallin, you questioning Dillian White for withdrawing? I'm not questioning Dillian White. Dillian White did the right thing. He should never been in talks of fighting you in the first place. And honestly, to be real, I don't think you can take Dillian like you think you can take Dillian. But if it is what it is. And Dillian, you did the right thing. Smart move on Dillian right now. We don't need you taking no more fights till you get your shot at the belt. If it's not a fight for a belt, we don't want you in it. And that's it. So Dillian, withdraw. I don't know what. Injury, COVID, stomach flu, BB guts, whatever. Do you, Dillian, do you. These fighters cannot talk you off your throne. You got a shot at the throne. Go get it.
Yeah. So I recall immediately after Dillian White beat Povetkin in the rematch, we all said, stay at home and wait for your shot. But then he was looking for another fight. And I remember some of us having it out with some of the people in the comment section like, y'all don't know what y'all talking about. Dillian's a warrior. Dillian's going to fight. Dillian's going to do this. Dillian's going to do that. Well, looks like we were right again, huh? Dillian should have just stayed at home and wait for his shot. And it looks like he's realizing that. And it looks like Matchroom and their matchmakers are realizing that they're not as good as they think, especially after Mikey Garcia lost to Martin. And I do believe that's what sparked Dillian White pulling out of this fight with Otto Wallin, because I do think that made Matchroom's matchmakers sit there and look at themselves and say, well, what have we done this year? What have we done this year? We got Joshua Usyk. Joshua's lost. We put Mikey Garcia in there with Martin and he loses. Although someone said in the comment section that it was Eddie Hearn actually won because Martin's one of his fighters and Mikey only signed to him on a one fight basis and whatever. Well, you can believe that, but I'm pretty sure he would make more money with Mikey on one fight deals than he's going to make with Martine's one victory over Mikey and Mikey not looking good and Mikey not being able to make better fights later on down the line. He would have benefited more if Mikey would have beaten Martine and then he could give Mikey to Devin. That would have benefited Eddie Hearn more than what took place with Martine. So I don't necessarily know, but just addressing that comment. So I do think it makes Eddie look bad. It also makes Eddie look bad because Eddie, as a promoter, he's always auditioning to run fighters' careers. For example, look at Canelo. He worked with Canelo one fight. It went so well. Canelo said, well, let's work again. And if it keeps working well, him and Canelo will keep having one fight deals with one another. See how it benefits you. But when your one fight deal leads to you putting him in a ring with someone that actually beat him, well, yes, there needs to be accountability, but they're also going to look at you like, man, your matchmakers are terrible. Why'd you give me this guy the first fight back? So I do think that there is some, some paranoid people in the matchroom, boxing, matchmakers' offices. They're concerned about the fight with Dillian White now, because although we all think that he should win, Wallin's no slouch, and Wallin could upset Dillian White, which wouldn't be the first time, and then we'll all be here and we'll go to Trill and he'll say, poor Dillian, and then everyone will get mad because people who are in their feelings will be like, say something else, but you don't need to say something else when it's perfectly captured in the one phrase, because it definitely would be poor Dillian if he lost to Otto Wallin. So I think this move is logical on Dillian's part. I was messing with G, but I do think it's not right for Otto Wallin that he's been training, he's been focusing, he's been in camp for a fight that's supposed to take place on Halloween that's now not going to take place. So this should be a lesson to all fighters. I remember, maybe it was G, I can't recall at the top of my head, or maybe it was people in the comment section, but people were citing the fact that Canelo wanted in his contract, if Caleb can't fight for any reason, he still gets paid the same money and they had to give him another opponent. And people were saying, oh, that's not fair. See, this is why. This is why you do that. Because in today's generation, where Ryan Garcia's thumb got him pulling out of a fight, Dillian White's shoulder got him pulling out of a fight. There was another situation too before this one. I can't remember off the top of my head. The point is, in the old days, most people used to fight. Now you got these injuries and all these people pulling out of these fights. So if you're Canelo, you put it in a contract. So if you're Otto Wallin, or if you're a contender, if you're someone on a come up, you need to put it in your contract what happens if for any reason the fight can't move forward because your opponent suffers an injury. And it needs to be a remedy that you agree with. So if it's a substitute opponent that's a champion, or a substitute opponent that's a contender, or if it's you make a certain amount of money, you're fully refunded for expenses, this is whatever you put in, that needs to be in a contract. So I think moving forward, if there's any lesson that could be taken from this situation, it would be you need to put in your contract what happens if the fight doesn't move forward due to injury or for any other reason. But I can't be mad at Dillian for pulling out. And lastly, if he does have a real injury, then I understand. But by all accounts, Eddie said this one thing. And gee, I don't know if you heard this. He said, well, if this was like the last fight of his career, maybe. Well, even then, he probably still couldn't do it because his shoulder's so bad. And I'm like, if it was the last fight of his career, he wouldn't pull out. But, so it's just real interesting type stuff. But even if he's pulling out because he wants to fight, look at his track record, look at his history, look at what he's going through. I don't have any issues with that. I mean, Fury, yeah. I don't have any issues with that. But for Wallin, it is a terrible situation. And all fighters should take a page from Canelo and should learn from this. Put in your contract what happens if your opponent has to pull out for any reason.
Let us know how you feel in the comment section. Please like and subscribe, and check us out on Instagram and Twitter. And please check out our podcast on all major streaming services. We are the Boxing Bros.
When things seem bleak, walk with me. To navigate these streets, walk with me.